All right, welcome back to Singer Family Adventures. I am Valerie, and this is another collab that's coming from Christy at Christy's Corners. Today is National Old Stuff Day. Dun, dun, dun. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. We're so happy you're here. We'd love it if you would subscribe. I have a personal little goal to get to 300 subscribers by April 1st, which would mean like one a day for the month of March. And also, we'd love it if you'd like, comment below, do all that jazz. You might notice I got my hair done. Woohoo! Woohoo! All my witchy green and gray. I loved the green, but it had to go. So I got it done. I'm really happy with it. Never been a redhead before.
I'm jealous.
He's jealous. This is as close as I'm going to get to being a redhead. Anyway, National Old Stuff Day. My voice is old. I am recovering, it turns out, from bronchitis. I am going to show you, I'm supposed to show you my 5 oldest Disney items. I'm going to show you 4 things that belong to me. One is actually a set of several little things. And then one other item that is Rafi's oldest Disney item. So I am, not hiding my age, going to be 50 soon, which makes me old. So everything that I have to show you is actually old and has been mine for a long, long time. First item. Believe it or not, this was mine as a little girl. It's a nice little food tray with 4 compartments. And on top, you have a parade. I don't know who that first creature is. It looks like Oliver, but it's from years before Oliver. And you have got Donald, and you've got Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and you've got Mickey and Pluto. Isn't that lovely? And there's a sticker up here because I once tried to sell this in a yard sale and didn't. And for some reason, I still have it. And now it brings me joy. I'm so glad I have it. So that's the first item. Quite old. The next 3 things I'll show you I have treasured my whole life and never tried to sell in a yard sale. I asked my mother about this one, and she said that somebody actually gifted it to me when she was pregnant with me. So it is a beautiful stained glass item. She also said, you know, that's handmade, that's not a Disney item. I said, well, to me it makes it more special. You see Elyce with her bottle that says drink me and a key on the table, and it's done with the card symbols around it. This stained glass sat on my bedroom windowsill my entire childhood, and then it got packed away somewhere for I don't know how many years, and now it has sat on our dining room windowsill ever since we've been in this house, which is many, many years. The next thing I'm going to show you is a stuffed animal that has been my favorite stuffed animal my whole life, and I've carried him to college and to graduate school, etc., etc., and he looks beaten up. He was handmade by my mother, and it's Eeyore. He is a gray corduroy. The corduroy is almost worn through. There's quite a few stains from God knows what on him. He used to have a tail that would button on and button off with a little red bow at the bottom. All that's left of the tail is a string. His eyes got picked at by, I believe, Jonah when he was a kid. I got really upset. But this is my Eeyore. So I've had Eeyore since I was 1 or 2, and he's been with me my whole life. And Eeyore has always, always, always been one of my favorites. It took me a long time to think of Pooh characters as Disney characters because I just think of them as Pooh characters, but this is my Eeyore. And then the next thing I will show you is older than me. It is something that I grew up absolutely treasuring, thinking it was the most amazing thing ever. And it was at my grandmother's house, on my grandmother's bookshelf, these huge bookshelves. And I would go spend part of the summer. My grandparents had a summer house in the Adirondacks, and I would go up there, and I loved sitting down and reading through this box of books. And I would do it even when I was, a teenager or 20 something. And then a couple years before my grandmother died, she caught me reading them. And she said, "Valerie, what are you doing reading those? Those are baby books." I said, "I love them. I think they're so precious. And I've always loved them." And she said, "Well, you can have them." And so she gave them to me. And they are, I even love the box. This is the box that they sat on in her house. It's plastic, but it's got this kind of etched plastic. It is a box full of teeny golden books. So I'm going to show you them one by one. We've got the Seven Dwarfs. Look on the back of the Seven Dwarfs. There's the Evil Witch. And it says in the inside, "Pictures by Walt Disney Studios." And I won't read you all of them. I won't read you any of them in this video. If you want me to read you one of these sometime, I will. Bambi. Bambi's breaking at the spine. Some of these are in very bad shape. This one is losing its, there's a few in here without the cover on. This might have lost everything. Boodle Beetle. I gotta see if we've got the inside to Boodle Beetle, because right now we've just got this. Dumbo. And every one of these, the inside cover has this beautiful picture and a plaque that says, "This teeny golden book belongs to so-and-so." These predate me for sure. And I believe they predate my cousins, who are older than me. These probably, yep, it says copyright 1950. So, and then it goes all the way back to copyright 1939. So these are old. Brer Rabbit. You can see the Brer Rabbit book was taped together at one point. Walt Disney's Three Little Pigs. I'll get back to Cinderella. Pongo the Penguin. Pongo. Not a penguin. Also taped up.
Can't see that back.
Pablo the Penguin. Pinocchio. Jiminy Cricket on the back. And then I was always saying, I've always loved her in her pink dress. I think it may be because of this cover. Cinderella. Isn't that beautiful? So I would sit and delicately read through these little books. Cinderella's Ball Gown is the name of this one. And I would just read them to myself. I loved them so much. Aren't they cute? I don't want to open too much, but got it? Comment below if you want me to read you one of these, and tell me which ones you'd most want. You want a classic like Cinderella, or something like Pablo the Penguin or Pongo? I am putting them back in their little book, in their little box where they live, and they're going in my drawer of special things. So those are 4 of my items. Now I wanted to share with you, actually we don't have Boodle Beetle. I guess I'll never know. I don't remember the story of Boodle Beetle. But I want to share something that is Rafi's oldest Disney item. Rafi, are you going to join me?
Yeah.
Come on, Rafi. Come be in the video. So, we went to Disney in 2011. He was 2.5. We went for several days. And my rule with the kids when we're there for several days is that they can buy one toy a day. And I do that so that they can buy some stuff, but also so they're not bugging me all day long to buy crap at the parks, right? And he was little. He wasn't interested in anything. I would say, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? He didn't want to buy anything. There was one day I'd actually already bought him something, and he came up to me and he said, Mom, can I please have Stitch? It was the first thing on the whole trip he had asked for. What?
Nothing.
What happened to his hair?
It was like that.
Did he get a haircut?
No.
Okay.
He was always like that.
Okay. So he bought this Stitch when he was 2, right?
Yeah.
And he has had this Stitch ever since then. Now, when Rafi was 4, he ended up in the hospital with necrotizing pneumonia. A chunk of his lung was dying on the inside, and he had 105 fever for 10 days. It was he had 105 fever for 18 days, and we were in the hospital for 10 days, right? Mm-hmm. Who else was in the hospital with you? Stitch.
I know.
Was right there the whole time.
I thought you meant all the other people who came to see me.
A lot of people came to see you. And he had a bandage on his arm when Rafi had huge troubles with the IV. We can still see the remnants of the bandage. So the nurses would try to give Stitch an IV while they tried to give Rafi one. Those are his little shots that he had. And I'm going to put in a picture of Rafi and Stitch in the hospital here. And so Stitch is still Rafi's favorite, and we love him very much. Anything you want to add or say about Stitch?
No, not really.
You think when you're turning 50, you'll have Stitch and he'll look all worn and
Only
loved?
when I move out after college.
After
if I
college?
Get older.
You will get older. Like Eeyore? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anything you want to say to our Ohana of viewers?
If there is anything out there, I want a Lilo plushie.
You want a Lilo plushie to
Yeah.
go with your Stitch plushie? I haven't actually seen any Lilo plushies. Have you guys? So, all right. Mac and cheese?
What? Oh,
Spaghetti?
right. Spaghetti, yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching our National Old Stuff Day. Please go view the other channels in this collab. They are all linked below. There's several of them, and it'll be really interesting to see what else they came up with. We'd love it if you'd subscribed, liked, and commented. And please go spread a little kindness in the world.
And eat spaghetti.
And eat spaghetti.
Only if you guys like it, because if you don't, I feel sad.
If you're gluten-free, you're making Rafi sad. But maybe you could eat gluten-free spaghetti, right?
Maybe.
All right. See y'all real soon.
Bye!
Yeah. Are we ready?